Hey everybody, Hi Lord Tamerlane, and it's that time of the week again, back for more weekly painting progress. And I've been plugging away at stuff, not our witch hunter friend there. Get out of here. What I have been busy at work doing is starting up on my Bones for Lost Valley expansion. And what better way to start than with the cavemen? And yeah, I rushed it, and I didn't put a lot of detail or effort into it, but they are painted. I don't think I really bothered with the heads, and I just gave them a quick wash. Tried to do a little bit of highlight, and it was just, we're going to call it a day. And, I mean, they're cavemen. They're filthy anyway, so, you know, who cares if I get some brown or black smudges on them. But I really like these sculpts, and I like their bases, too. These are the Bones black stuff. They're really sturdy, and they feel a lot more firm and hard than the traditional Bones figures. So, I know when these are released at retail, I am going to be grabbing more. Sadly, I wish there were just a few more sculpts coming, but I think that's it. So please, Reaper, if you're watching, give us some more. I really like them. I really like these guys. But you know what I like even more than them? The big dinosaur dudes. So this guy needs a little bit of touch-up after looking at him. I'm not happy with how the scars are super, super obvious and really stand out. I mean, they are scars, but they stand out too much compared to how they looked before I sealed him. I also want to touch up some spots and maybe brighten it up. I tried to make like a Triceratops horn pattern there, I figured, but it didn't turn out the way I did. I like the war paint on the face, I like his bone ornamental armor there, but I don't like, I think these are supposed to be feathers. I painted them like feathers. I don't know if that dot there by my finger is supposed to be like something holding them on or what the deal is, but they're painted as feathers for now. I'm wondering if this is supposed to be an ape skull. That was my thought, since the ape was wearing a dinosaur head. Why can't the dinosaurs wear an ape skull as an ornament? Really nice sculpt. And yeah, I know I painted it like a Triceraton from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I was always too old for the Triceraton in the Ninja Turtle toys when I was a kid, and I always secretly wanted it. But, you know, now I got one. Haha. He's also quite a lot bigger than the cavemen here. I'm really going to give him a run for his money. I think the only figure that's bigger than them in the set would be the T-Rex dude, and he's probably going to be finished by next week. Just to give you a taste of how big they are, that I keep knocking over. So here's our witch hunter friend there. So the cavemen are a little bit shorter, but, you know, they're cavemen. They weren't very well nourished. Especially if I'm going to be playing paleo diet with them, that's definitely the case. So what else we get done? We finally got the the Loon Boss. The Doom Spite gets Loon Boss. That's it. My parents grabbed this guy for me when they were off in Sweden, in Copenhagen, I think. I don't remember now. But he finally got painted up. Believe it or not, I did actually paint the face on the inside prior to gluing this all on. And then I actually went back and touched it up because I got too much junk in there. But I don't think you can actually see it because of the shadows in the room. And I don't really know what color to paint his mushrooms. But I think they work okay. I know it's a real quick paint job. But he's done. He's got a couple of the trolls to hang out with. Excuse me, Troggoths. So I think it's time to finally paint Scragrot and do the big Dankhold Troggoth as well. And the Gobbapalooza. And the Sniffers. And just about everything else in that set. And what else? We got a hybrid Metamorph Prime, or an Alpha? It's an Alpha, I think. I liked how his shelled parts turned out. I'm really happy with that color. It was like a really dark blue and then I dry brushed a kind of a turquoise over it. Nice contrast to it. I had no idea what to paint his weapons like, but it seems to work. I mean, they're very bony, organic looking, so good enough. And then to hang out with him, we have the Biophagus. And he needs a little bit of touch-up still. I'm not happy with how things turned out, especially that cloth holding everything together. But you know what? It's good enough. It's colorful enough. It's detailed enough. I try to get in all the little doodads and bits hanging all over him. I probably should touch up his goggles a bit. This probably needs it too on the staff, but you know what, at least he's ready for the tabletop. I don't know if he has any special rules for stuff like Kill Team, which is probably what I'm going to be using all these Steelers, and I actually have gotten quite a bit of the Cult finished. I've got at least a squad of the Metamorphs done, the full Neophyte squad, and this is like my third or fourth character model. So, he's ready. And then I spent a lot of time painting up Kingdom Death figures. Here is Ayla from Chrono Trigger, or as she's better known in Kingdom Death, the messenger of the first story. So, I mean, she's an okay paint job. She's definitely better than some of the early Kingdom Death models I painted that really aren't that good. I tried to keep the base consistent with all the other ones, except the stone face doesn't really match, so I think I need to go back and highlight that to make it look like the rest of them, and then just leave the rest of the base the same. Otherwise, she's decent enough. She's also pretty tall, but that's the case with all the Kingdom Death figures, even though you can't see her face there. Putting her next to the Witch Hunter, you can see. In terms of size and scale. And then finally, I got the Swashbuckler done. I haven't seen anybody else painting it, and I know a lot of you got them, so why am I having to be the only one that's showing her off so far? I didn't do the best job, but I noticed a lot of purple on the postcard that came with her, so I figured, let's go with the postcard's colors. Let's try purple. And some of the highlights I did not turn out as nicely as I liked, so I might have to go back and fix those up. But I kept it pretty simple. I'm no fancy golden demon crystal brush painter, but she is painted, and I did finish her eyes. And it's hard to see, but she does have her eye patch in there. I have no idea what was going on with the shirt. The shirt on the model doesn't really seem to match the shirt on the artwork, so we just kind of went with it. And I'm noticing I probably need to touch up the skin where it meets those weird giant boot things she's wearing. The boots stop there, but then they're weird legging, stocking things. I really wish the guns on her cloak, or coat, I should say, were a little bit more dynamic looking. It looks kind of strange having them just both pointed down, because the way this thing works is it'll activate on its own. I like her custom base. I like when Kingdom Death does these little base details like this, and everything just all snaps in nice and neat. We see this more with like their 54mm stuff, or with their kind of special event holiday models, not so much with the regular generic ones. And she was the first of the generic models to actually show up in plastic, and I really enjoyed it. I think I built her the same day I got her and just got to work, so that was pretty fast turnaround on my part. And I actually should have the Easter ones with us by sometime next week. So who knows? Maybe we'll see the Easter ones already finished this time next week. So like I've said as many times as I could in the past, and I'm going to keep saying, if I can manage to get all this stuff done and still somehow deal with real life, and it was an absolute bonkers week this week. Had a lot of stuff going on with work and kids and family and life in general. So if I can manage, what's your excuse? Come on. Now, can't say anything about getting a game in. That's a whole different story. With that said, this is High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching. We'll be back here next week doing the same exact thing. See you later. Bye-bye.